All right, everyone. Welcome to the first podcast episode. Today I have my younger brother Joseph on the show, and we'll get started right now.
Alrighty. I'm pretty excited, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so first off, what do you think?
It says pretty sweet. Honestly, didn't expect anything less. I know you're pretty good with this stuff, so I knew especially when you grabbed my camera, and I knew I was gonna come into something pretty sweet. But I like this little holographic thing right here. That's cool. Good touch.
Yeah, this is the Dino light that I got a long time ago.
Nice.
Yep.
But no, it's sweet. Yeah. He's got, I don't know if you guys can, obviously you guys can't see all this, but he's got like pretty solid lighting on each camera. He's got 3 cameras at each angle, so honestly it's a really good setup for our first podcast.
Yeah. And it'll expand too.
Yeah, no, for sure. Of course. As we get into it.
This is kind of interesting. It's like, it's like a weird, it's like a different kind of platform of speaking.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
With the headphones.
Right. And just hearing yourself too. Yeah.
Okay,
No,
so
cool
first off, all right, so Joseph was 30 minutes late. And what was the reason again?
So I was 30 minutes late because we have family in town. So we've got my nephew, brother-in-law, and another nephew, but he's just pretty close to my age. So I almost think of him as a brother, obviously. You know.
Nicky,
right,
Yep.
right. So one of my nephews, I think he indulged in too much junk food last night, or something happened. So he was pretty sick. So right when I was gonna be on time. Right when I got home, he was throwing up everywhere, and I couldn't just leave him on his own. So
yeah, wait. So what was he eating?
I think a lot of candy.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right, huh?
And where did he get the candy?
I think so. Nicky, my nephew, had a pretty big bag of gummy bears and stuff because we went to MOA and he got some. And it was pretty full. But we've been gone all day. But by the time we came back, it was all gone.
Oh, okay.
So that's one.
Wow.
But he was also at someone's house last night, Rosie or Allen's, one of our siblings, and I'm pretty sure he got stuff there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And how is he now?
It's okay. I left him in the bath before I left. But
Okay.
then Nicky was there to watch over him, so
Yeah.
I'm sure he's fine though.
Okay, good.
Hopefully he's fine.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Now you're here for the first episode. So
Right.
So Joseph, actually a lot of people call you Joe.
A lot of people going,
and I call you Joe too.
You call me Joe,
but
yeah. Honestly, yeah. There's only very
formerly
few people,
Joseph.
Yeah, very few people that call me Joseph. Probably just mom, obviously.
Yep.
Dad, and maybe a couple other friends have known me since elementary school. Otherwise, I'm either known as Joe or JoHo. Yeah, JoHo came from football. But
Okay.
yeah.
And how old were you at the time, or what grade was it?
I think it was, let's say, third or fourth grade when I started playing, and it was DJ. It was, remember, DJ?
Oh, DJ,
DJ, Johnny Wicker's dad. So right next
Yeah.
door, one of our neighbors, really good people, good person.
For sure. Yep.
Yeah, no, DJ's cool, but I remember he was just just football practice started going, and it was just, I don't know, it just came out of nowhere. He started to put together Joe in the last name, JoHo, rhymed, and it just carried on for the rest until now. So
It does rhyme, yeah.
yeah, there you go.
That's funny because people call me Mike Ho.
Do they?
But it doesn't. It's not.
But it doesn't. It doesn't rhyme, right?
Yeah, it doesn't rhyme.
But they
so.
still put it together, right?
Yep. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the origination of Joe. So now I kind of know, and I'm spitting flow.
Go on, Mike.
But I can't remember. But I just remember I remember. So, in college, when I went to college,
Sure.
there was. And I'm just going to say this, I don't know if I ever told you,
Yeah.
but when I was in college, I think you were in middle school.
Yeah, no, I think I was in between seventh.
Yeah, elementary school
for
and
sure,
middle school.
For sure, middle school. I know, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so how many years apart are we? So I'm 25.
You're 25.
And you're
just recently turned 18.
So 7 years.
About, yeah.
Okay. So you were 11 years old.
Yeah, because I actually
So
remember.
that's probably middle school, I think.
Yeah, I remember going to your high school, I was either coming home from 5th grade or 6th grade, but I remember coming off the bus, and we were getting rushed because we had to go to your high school graduation.
Uh-huh.
So I was in that transition from either I was in 5th grade elementary or
Wow.
6th grade. But that's crazy. I never think about it like that, but yeah, there is 7 years between us.
But so what I was going to get back to was when I went to college, I remember you were pretty small.
Yeah.
You were just normal size,
right.
for your
Just a
age
kid,
and
yeah.
everything. But then like after and I didn't really see you much during college.
Right. No.
And so when I came,
sure.
even like during winter break, I just I'd stay on campus.
Right. No. Yeah.
And for the summers too, I kind of stayed on campus as well.
Yeah.
And so
For
when
the
I
most part.
came back, like pretty much after college to stay home with mom and dad, that's when I was just like, whoa, Joseph's like just went from 0 to 100. Like you're just like you were already like mature and grown up, and I was just like, oh my gosh. I felt terrible because I felt like I missed like a point in your life where it was just like I didn't get to see the development,
Yeah.
or I wasn't really there for it.
Sure.
Because I feel like from the time I started college to the end, you had already grown up to a point where you've already learned a lot of like
Right.
stuff already. You've
Sure.
experienced life pretty
Right,
much, even though it's
right.
4
A good
years,
amount,
but
right,
like,
right.
or 3 years actually. And it was just like, I don't know. I just wanted to share that with you first because,
Okay. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I never knew that.
yeah, I
No,
was just like, you're like my height already. And I think you were in beginning of high school then, or end of
Sure,
middle
I think
school.
I was just any. I was either I think I was just any middle school or about to
Mm-hmm.
go into freshman year.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so,
Oh, yeah, that's cool though. Puberty just hit me, huh?
yeah. So one thing I want to ask you about was since, like with COVID and everything, where were you when it happened, and what were you doing? Because I know you were in school, right?
Yeah.
You were in high school.
Yes.
I'm curious to see how, like, what it was like.
No, right. I think I'm trying to think the exact date, but I feel like the start of COVID, at least when we started quarantining, it was near spring break. So I know it was in March for sure. That's where like quarantine
Yeah.
started in Minnesota
Right.
and pretty much across all of the U.S. But I know think I was either a sophomore or junior. Pretty sure a sophomore though. I was
I think you might have been a junior.
I don't know how how
'Cause-
long have you been in COVID? A full year?
I know it's been so long. I
yeah,
can't
I
believe. I
honestly
mean,
don't
like
know.
I can't like it's like short in terms of number of years, but it
Yeah.
feels so long.
Feels
So long.
forever. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2020.
It
Like,
was junior year.
yeah,
Okay, no,
it was junior year,
It was
yeah.
junior year. I just put I put it all together in my head.
And also, I know that because Joseph just graduated this year, and I was
Yup.
at his graduation like
Skull, baby.
like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so back to the story.
Yep. So junior year, it was getting close to the end of the school year, so it's about to be spring break. I was pretty much just in school, working part time on the weekends. I work at Chipotle, big, very well known chain. But so yeah, I was working Chipotle just on the weekends, maybe like 1 or 2 shifts a week. I wasn't too invested at it during the time,
Okay.
but yeah, I was just working. Junior year is my first year at PSEO actually, so
Okay.
I actually wasn't at my high school very often. I was at Normandale for the most part.
So did you take all your classes at PSEO like junior year?
so I tried to take all of them, but I like messed up with my language. So like I didn't take I like transitioned to a new language like in the middle of the year. Like I went from French to Spanish, but you needed like at least 3 or 4 years of a language. So I was
Okay.
like, okay, like I was like I had to still take Spanish at the high school, but all of my other classes and credits were through PSEO. So I was still a full-time PSEO student, but technically considered like part-time just because I had one class at the high school,
Okay.
which was tough because like I'd go to the Normandale for like almost every single class and drive all the way back to high school just for Spanish.
Yeah, and what
was
time
annoying.
like in the day was that class?
The Spanish one,
Yeah.
it was like my counselor was super like cool about it, so we like fitted to it was probably like around like 1:30 near the end of the day
okay.
because we put at the end of the schedule so I wouldn't have to go back to Normandale.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's good.
So that was good. So it was pretty much my average day during the quarantine, like before quarantine, was I'd wake up at like 5 because I took a 6 a.m. class just to like, get out of the way. You know, it's easier. I had more time in the day, and then I would go through 4 of my classes there. I had like an English class, a biology course, a math course, and then I think I had more the other semester. But then I went back for Spanish. Then I would go home, probably take a nap. Then I would go work out with one of my good friends, Blake. Shout out Blake. We were really into it at the time. Like every single day, we never like just didn't miss a day, and we were just super consistent. It was super fun. But that was like my average day.
Okay. So the whole year you did that kind of schedule.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you first like get into PSEO?
It was you. it was like
Okay.
you and Melissa for sure.
Yeah. So
Cause yeah,
we
Melissa
influenced your
by the way.
decision.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Like uh, honestly, a lot of people in my school don't even know what PSEO is.
Mm-hmm.
Just I feel like Minnetonka Loki tries to keep it like on the down low just so they make more money off.
Guys,
Like,
don't hear about this. Keep going to class.
I'm not in Minnetonka
Yeah.
anymore, so I'm exposing them. I'm exposing them right now.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know, they promote their own like. I mean, it makes sense because like they run Vantage, so
Mm-hmm.
they obviously would want to promote like make money, promote Vantage, like the platform, like a course that they run. So
Yeah.
they promoted Vantage a lot, IB courses, AP obviously, but PSEO was never really, for how good it like for its worth,
Mm-hmm.
it was really underrated for sure. They didn't really talk much about it, but I just know you and Melissa took PSEO, got a head start in college, saved a lot of money obviously on like tuition classes, and then you only had to take like 2-3 years of college.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like a really good start to get like your associate's degree or just get college courses done, even just like college experiences too, because you're going to college itself. So
Yeah.
it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so I did PSEO at Minnetonka too, and I did it for a year, and I went to the University of Minnesota. I think my shirt. Yeah, actually.
There
So
you
I
go.
studied chemical engineering, but doing the PSEO for 1 year shaved off 1 year of college for me. So it was really helpful.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Melissa and Melissa's our sister, and she's kind of in between us in age. So I'm the oldest, Joseph's the youngest, and Melissa's in the middle.
Yeah.
And so I heard about PSEO through a friend. Like he was already taking it junior year, so
Right.
then I did it senior year too.
Okay.
So-
Okay. Oh,
Yep.
I didn't know that. I thought you
Yep.
did junior and senior year.
No, I just
Maybe
did senior year.
Just senior? Did
Yep.
Melissa do junior, senior year?
I can't remember. I know she definitely did senior year, maybe also junior. I'm not sure.
It
But-
helped a lot though, cause
Yeah. Okay, so I think one of the reasons too, like people that it might not be as popular as an option too is not everyone has the resources to kind of get to the college
that's
too,
fair,
as
right.
well as balance like high school. Because I know I didn't have a car, so I had to
was
kind
just
of
gonna say,
rely
like-
on mom and dad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
to
was just
drive
gonna
me to
say,
the
our
bus station.
situation, it was difficult like, getting down there and whatnot.
So that might be another reason too, why it's not as popular too.
And there's like requirements to like actually get in too. Yeah.
Okay, so just to get back to COVID, because I'm kind of curious. So like you did PSEO for that year,
PSEO, yep.
and one school in high school in Minnetonka.
Yep.
Like, so when COVID kind of hit the mainstream media and everything, like
yeah,
how did
right.
first off, Normandale react, and how did Minnetonka react, and like what happened to you in terms of your classes?
Minnetonka, what? I'm trying to think. I feel like Minnetonka was definitely a lot more on it than Normandale. I feel
Okay.
like they were sending out a lot of stuff. I don't know, they're keeping you updated. I don't know, they're just very well communicating very well and whatnot, and just letting you know what's going on, like assuring you they're doing their best they can. I mean, Normandale obviously like did the same thing. I just feel like Minnetonka was pretty on top of it, but we transitioned to online classes. Obviously, there was like so we had spring break. After COVID hit, we had spring break, so we had like a week and a half. But then like because of COVID, schools didn't really know what to do right away. So we had like a longer spring break, an extended spring break almost. So I feel
That's
like
gotta be interesting.
yeah, there's like a week or 2 week period where we just didn't even have online school or
Yeah.
school. Like, so it was an extended spring break pretty much. But then they tried figuring out their own plans and everything, just pulling like a back out plan. And Normandale was pretty easy for the most part. They like the way their class I took at least, they were pretty much like like you could learn what you needed to off like videos and slideshows. So they kind of just posted like their own presentations and videos online, and it was pretty easy to just like access them and you just kind of pretty independent work. Like if you weren't on top of it and you weren't doing your own work, like you would fail. You really would. So it's like you had to be engaged. Minnetonka, Minnetonka went to Zoom and Google Meet, which Normandale didn't really do. They eventually got into Zoom right away, but Minnetonka was on Google Meet. So that's just like an app on your phone or any device where it's pretty much Zoom. You can get like a group call, and there's like a host of the call and whatnot. So I know it's pretty popular now, obviously with COVID, so everything's pretty well known. But yeah, they started using Google Meet. Teachers everyone was trying to figure it out, get used to it. it was just very easy to kind of finesse your way through whatever. You could kind of just do whatever you want, to be honest, because everyone
Okay.
just didn't really know what was going on. Even the
Yeah.
teachers are trying to figure it out. So.
So did it feel like it was kind of like a break from school in terms of workload?
Oh, for sure.
It was? Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'd say difficulty wise, at least like 50%, like 50% of the workload. I'd say it was just out the door.
Okay, so that's like the spring semester. So like let's just say like
Right.
February
Towards the
to
end.
June.
Right.
Okay, so then you have summer, and then when you come back to school for your senior year, you're full time PSEO at Normandale.
I went to the U. I went to the U the second time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I didn't actually know about
the
that.
second time the second time I just went for the U. I
Mm-hmm.
took my placement test. Turned in my transcript from the Normandale, and
Mm-hmm.
they accepted me in, but so I went to the U.
Okay. So okay, so actually let's skip a little. Actually, okay, so for your senior year, all your classes were online then?
Yeah,
You didn't even
senior
go
year
to
as well.
campus
I didn't go to
once?
campus once, and I was bummed out because
Oh my gosh.
Normandale. Okay, Normandale is
What?
kind of just like a big high school, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a big high school, but the U would have been cool. I mean, that's
Yeah.
campus grounds.
Oh, that's a shame. I
So
feel
I
like-
didn't. So for the U of M, I literally was just in Google Meets, or like I barely even talked to the teachers. I could have went the whole school year without talking to the teacher and just look at the slides and videos.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it was like it felt I was just like in any other classroom online. So
Dang.
I didn't get to see a U of M campus at all.
Shoot, that is
Except for my
definitely not an experience
Yeah.
that was
Senior year experience.
worth
too.
it for the U of M. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's too bad. But okay, so now that you're done with high school, what are your plans after, being in school for like 12? I mean,
Sure.
like 18 years.
Sure.
Oh, actually 12, I guess.
Right. I love this question. I feel like I
yeah.
hear this question all over now. I mean, all
Yeah.
seniors do.
I mean, Mom told me some of what what
Yeah,
you're planning,
oh
but
my
I
gosh.
just want to hear from you.
Yeah, Mom's been all over me about my plan after high
Yeah.
school.
So let's hear it.
So, I won't say I totally have it figured out right now, which is totally fine. You know, I like feeling uncomfortable. I don't really want to feel comfortable, to be honest.
I
but
wish I had something to poke you with.
I don't know. I feel like as of now, I've got a good gig at Chipotle. They've offered me a pretty good position, good pay. So I'm for sure I'm taking a gap year for sure. That's like 100%. Obviously, it's pretty late now. I haven't committed anywhere. I got accepted to some good schools. It's just
So you did apply to schools.
I did apply to schools. I
Oh,
applied to a
okay.
few. Yeah, so I applied some good ones. I got into some good ones. I just payment wise, a lot of my PSEO credits didn't even transfer. Like to out of school, New York schools didn't transfer, California schools didn't transfer. If anything, they did transfer to the U. A lot of them transferred to the U.
from the U.
In Wisconsin and places around Madison, Milwaukee, they transferred there. Places around here. But schools I don't know, out of state, they didn't really transfer very well. So it was PSEO was kind of pointless for that.
For junior year at Normandale
Yeah, for
Community
junior-
College.
Yep. And payment wise, it was just our parents don't pay for our college, which is totally they're. It's just that was a big reason into why I'm not gonna out of my pocket work to pay off a debt
Sure.
in college, especially if I don't think I necessarily need it. But so my game plan is I'm gonna stick at Chipotle. I have a good position. They're gonna pay me for a full year, so I'm gonna save up very well. I'm gonna do that. See where I'm at by the end of the year. Who knows? Maybe I will go to college. There's a lot that can happen
Sure.
in a year. I'm gonna follow my passion as it goes. So I'm very big into fashion. For those who know me,
Yeah.
I really like clothes. I have a lot of clothes. I like clothes. And working out. So I kind of want to get into social media. Be pretty consistent, posting videos, posting pictures on Instagram, building a following, and then maybe as it goes on, get into marketing. So promoting other things, getting paid for it, brand deals. That's kind of what I want to do. Obviously, it's a hard shot to just it's not gonna happen in a snap of a finger, but
Right. Yeah, man, next time I should, for the podcast, I need to bring my tablet because I write down thoughts
Sure.
as they occur.
right.
And so I just had several tangents. So
Yeah.
one thing is regarding the college. Yeah, so yeah, I know that you can get into some debt issues, you know.
Right. Big problem in the U.S.
So I think it's great that you're working already. You have a stable kind of job right now at Chipotle, and I love Chipotle. I love eating their food, so
of course.
so that's good. And if anything, you could work towards something there too if you decide to continue working there, and then maybe you might be able to work something in with going to college for a position there.
Yeah,
That's an opportunity too.
Good,
I think, like, for me, since I went straight to college, I think one thing I would have liked to do was to have a gap year in between high school and college to kind of and have it be a working experience too. Like, not just sit around and not do anything, but just to kind of work, have some money to figure out what I would even want to spend it on.
Feel comfortable,
Right, and then kind of get a better idea of where I want to be in life and what I want to do. So I think this will be a good year to kind of reflect on some things.
No, for sure.
And for me, I kind of rushed into it too because I know it's kind of, I feel like it's difficult to get back into college like after you take a gap year. So I think that is something that you might have to deal with. Yeah. So, but I think it'll be good. So so two other things. So one is that you mentioned your passions and stuff. So like fitness and clothing.
Right.
One thing, I don't know if you've thought about this, but like, or had these like philosophical questions about like where, how you can kind of like stand out and stuff.
Sure.
And one thing I heard it on some podcast, I can't remember, but this guy gave some advice on what he would do if he was younger. And it was that you would, the one tip or advice he had was to be good at several things rather than being the best at one thing.
I feel like I've heard that.
Unless you feel like you have like potential in that one area, then I think go ahead.
Sure.
But I think if you can have you can be good at several things and kind of give a wide variety of experiences, you kind of build something new from the combination of maybe just two of them.
No, for sure.
And as you say, fitness and fashion.
I 100% agree with that. You'll definitely take skills from each and every thing that you're good at or that you're interested in.
Yeah. So you've been thinking about this too, right? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. There's been I didn't just pull this idea out of my butt. You know what I mean? Like, I really thought about this.
And how old are you again? No.
It's just like there's a thousand things that went into it. Like, I thought about where the world is going, how the internet is going, where technology is going. We're gonna say where can I be in the future, and how can I make a dent in it, and become become successful in what I want to do.
Sure.
So I've thought about it like that. I've also thought about obviously debt. I'm not sure if I'll be able to I've been working me. I try and work as much as I can. I try and use every minute as wisely as I can and work a lot. And I still don't even have enough to pay off 2 years of tuition at some of the schools that I wanted to go to. And that's just crazy because I've been working for 2-3 years. Yeah. And working every day. Yeah. So I'm just
night shifts.
Day, night shifts, you name it. But so that went into play. Also 3-4 years of college, 3-4 years of your life is just a lot in general. That's a lot of time in your life. And so I was thinking one thing about college though is I do want to go for the experience. I want to make those memories, hold those memories, and I'm sure I'll learn a ton of stuff from college, values and just lessons or just make memories and whatnot. So I'm gonna miss out on that, and that is a big reason that would make me want to go to college. And but I'll still be visiting my friends and whatnot. So it's not that big of a deal. Also, it'll be cool.
That's good. Yeah. I feel like you still have time to kind of still fit in with the crowd. If you do go back to college, as long as you're kind of I mean, personally, I just think kind of in your 20s still.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anywhere in your 20s, I feel like. I don't know yet. I'm not in my 30s, but I feel like that might be a time where people might give you an eye,
Yeah.
They might be like, oh.
After hearing the 3.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what people think. You just got to do what you got to do.
I totally agree. But yeah, that was definitely a factor. I just thought about I don't know. I think in 4 years, 3, 4 years, a lot of dedication, thought, and work could go into a lot. It could end up coming out as a lot, especially if I'm all putting all my effort towards something I really want to do.
Yeah.
Really build something.
Okay, so since we're still talking about like college, I mean, I know this isn't something you're pursuing right now, but do you know why you would want to go back, like with regards to your passions and working at Chipotle's, or like beside in addition to the experience you'd have, like is there a specific degree you would be kind of looking at or you're thinking about
Oh,
that
like
you
if
would
I
go back to college in a
sure,
later
like if I did
future
go,
date?
if I did end up going to college, maybe like after my gap year, what I would go for
Yeah.
degree wise.
Have you thought about? I know you just
Yeah,
graduated. I don't
sure,
know,
sure.
but have you?
I thought filmmaking would be pretty cool.
Okay.
There's a few filmmaking schools. I would just go for like it's just fun to like edit. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good hobby of yours. But editing's pretty cool. You can get pretty creative. You can make anything. So that's very interesting. And I would also do well just for like with my social media. So filmmaking would be pretty cool. Business or marketing, I mean, would be. The only thing is that like with like that degree is just I don't think this is the point, like I don't think I need to go to college to learn about business and marketing, especially in today's time with the internet. I feel like you can learn a lot off the internet, off videos and off reading and
Yeah.
whatnot. So I just don't think I necessarily need to go and pay the unnecessary money for that.
Yeah, that's interesting because so I've had some time to reflect after college and I feel like I studied chemical engineering,
Right.
and while I feel like I could have learned almost everything just outside of college or most things, I think it just kind of exposed me to a variety of stuff and I just kind of felt more competent than if I hadn't gone to
Sure,
school
sure. That
in
makes
a
sense.
variety of things. So
No,
if
I
you
can see
mention one thing, let's say a job mentions like something like, distillation or like extraction of, chemicals or something like that, or
Right.
like a chemical engineering process,
Mm-hmm.
I would at least have something in my brain that I would go to and be like, yeah, I know something about it. It's not
Yeah.
I'm not totally blind to it.
Sure.
So it kind of makes me more just resourceful.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, it helps to give you a variety of things to be knowledgeable in a little bit,
I can see that.
but
For sure.
doesn't make you an expert unless you want to go in one direction.
Right,
So it
right.
gives you exposure, I think.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of how I
kinda-
describe,
I
yeah.
can see that. That's a good way. Yeah. That's a good analogy of it.
Yep. So with fashion, I know that you wear hats a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, like, how did you get into hats? Like, what do you like about them? How do you wear them? Because for me, I do not wear hats.
Right.
And
Well-
like, they actually make me look terrible. Like, and I think it's because, and maybe we can talk about this, but like my head is kind of round. So it like accentuates the roundness of my head when I wear
No,
hats.
I
And
know
I'm
what
not
you
going to
mean.
do it right now, but like, I'm not
There's
going to
actually
wear
a
that.
hat behind you.
I know, but we're ignoring that thing. I actually know it's actually there. I was just like thinking about it too. But yeah, we're not going to wear that. So
I literally, when I was a kid, I had the same problem as you. I just didn't really know. I wanted to start wearing hats. I didn't know how to wear hats.
Yeah.
And I remember you bought a hat. I tried it out. And I just looked like an egg. Because we have a round face.
okay, wait, was it the Under Armour like
Yes.
golf hat thing?
I can't believe you remember that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I actually remember that.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy. I was
Yeah.
in like elementary school.
Because literally, it's the only hat I bought.
Okay. That
It's
makes
the only
sense
thing
now.
I tried out is for volleyball
Oh my
too.
God,
I was
yeah,
just
that
like,
was a
oh,
long
the
time
sun's
ago.
in my eyes. I gotta
Yeah.
like try something and look cool or something.
But I even think, I know like, well, I feel like you haven't tried enough, but I feel like, because there's fitted hats, there's like, all sorts of hats. You could definitely pull off a hat if you found the right hat. It's just like, I don't know, if you invest some time and like found like the right hat, I think you'd get a good hat that looks pretty good on you. But
Okay.
but with like what you asked before,
Yeah.
and, like how I got into like hats and clothing and fashion, I'd say like just like this year for sure, I definitely my passion sprung out for clothes and fashion for sure. But in the past, it was more of like I have a very addictive personality, and I'm a really bad spender. I don't really invest right. I know it's one of my problems. Definitely work on it, but it was like I think I got my first couple hats, they're like cool and all, but then I would just like anywhere I'd go into a mall, I would see like a new hat that just was a cool design. I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, whoa, I could wear that with this if I was like put together these outfits in my head.
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa, like that design's cool. That's a good color, and I can mix that in with like another, like a shirt, some patch jeans, and whatnot. So then, all these hats, like all the, cause I have a pretty big hat collection in my room, right?
Yeah.
It's like all these hats. The way I thought about it is I'd be looking at these hats, and each hat I'd see would form an outfit.
Oh.
Not even necessarily I like the hat itself,
Mm-hmm.
but I formed outfits with each and every single hat.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw a hat. I was like, oh, I like that hat. I like the design. That would go cool with this. And then obviously there's some hats that are just pretty normal colors that like fit in with everything. Like black and white caps go with like anything. You know, black and white can neutral colors can go with any color. But each hat I saw just went in my head. That's just how it worked. That's just how it formed. I was just like, okay, like this black cap, cool design, really sweet design that like I have never seen before. It looks pretty authentic. I'm like, that would go great with like a ripped up tee, some patch jeans, some like white shoes. And then so I just formed those. And that's why I kept buying these hats
Mm-hmm.
because these were just singular outfits. And that's why I barely wear any of the hats because I like have outfits formed out for each hat.
Mm-hmm. It almost looks like, it almost sounds like it's like a profile, like a digital profile.
Sure.
Like you're like,
Yeah.
okay, if I wear that, then this is what else I'm gonna wear.
Yeah. That
So,
works.
so you have a hat collection,
Mhm.
but do you wear them all though? Like, have you worn all of them at least once?
I have, yeah. So I have
Okay.
worn all of them at least once, but there's definitely like a few, like more than a few. There's definitely a lot of hats that are just like collecting dust that I haven't touched in a while. Because I definitely, obviously, I have like my favorites that I'll just take out most of the time.
So how did you get over the that kind of like uncomfortableness of thinking about how it makes your head look when you wear hats? I'm just kind of curious because I still haven't gotten over it, and I don't even know if I will.
So I tried your hat. I
Yeah.
looked like an egg. Then I went to a Twins game. I got a Twins hat. I still look like an egg. I was like, okay, it doesn't work for me either. Especially because I kept hearing you talking about how it just doesn't. That's just how like our heads are.
It's funny because like you just keep thinking like I'm complaining or something, and you're just like trying these things out. You just hear me like in the background complaining, like, "Oh, my head."
I was almost convinced. I was like just stuck with the head that couldn't wear a hat because it's just like how like we talked about it. Like we were like we just can't wear these hats. But I went to a mall one time. It was like a Columbia hat. It was like the first like official hat that I like ever got that I could like wear because it like fit my head well. But I don't know. I got that hat. It fit well. I was like, wow, this actually looks pretty cool. Like this looks solid. That's when the passion started because I was like, wow, I need more hats. After that fit, but then that's what it was. I started getting hats that were that kind of style of the one that fit my head right away. And then I just kept experimenting, and then I got really into hats, and I just saw like adjustable caps, like flaps, snapbacks, and then I fitteds. Like there's a ton of different hats, and I just tried each one. Like don't get me wrong, there's still a ton of hats now that just won't work. Like they just won't work on me. They just don't work. But also, you gotta be like if I don't know, with your hat, you kind of gotta rock it. I mean, this goes for anything that you wear, but you kind of just gotta rock it. You know what I mean? You gotta be confident.
Right.
You can't just be like some people can wear like a sideways hat. Like people would be like, "That's stupid," but if you rock it, you rock it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like if you got the confidence, and it's just like like you're just rocking a sideways hat, and you have like no worries. It doesn't look like you care. Like you're not like shrugged up insecure. You know, like if you rock it, you rock it. So like
Yeah. I didn't even think about the variety of hats. Like I
Yeah.
know, but when I think of variety of hats, I think very different because like a baseball cap and then you have a sombrero. That's kind of how I think of the variety of hats. But like when you were talking about the variety of hats,
There's
it
so many
made more
different
sense. There's like
ones.
small variations
Yeah.
that can really form your head.
Right.
So I didn't know about that, and that's really cool. And I feel like that does like there's hope for me. Like,
There's hope. There's hope.
there's hope. But like with the hat you have on right now, like what kind of hat is it?
This is just like it's pretty normal. It's got like the mesh cap
Yeah.
in the back and an adjustable snap back, so you can adjust it to whatever size you need to.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I got on right now. But I don't know. It's weird because these ones have the buttons on them, and like we have pretty big heads.
Yeah.
Like most hats, I'll have to like adjust them. Like I have to make them pretty big. But then some hats will just like naturally be like big. Like I didn't have to adjust this one that much. It was pretty like I had to do a small adjustment, but it's just that's what I'm saying. There's so many different like fittings. You just got
Yeah.
to experiment it out. If you see something you like, just try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm just curious about hats too. Like when you like, what do you think when you wear them? Like, do you feel like a certain way? Because like, I mean, like, I'm trying to like, how necessary is it? Do you feel like to
Oh.
wear a hat?
Ah.
Like for your fashion too.
Sure.
Is it almost like just become natural, like comfortable, kind of to wear a hat with
Sure.
how you want to dress, or is it like?
Honestly, I'd say like comfort wise, doesn't like. I'd rather go without a hat. Obviously, the free flow. Yeah, I mean it blocks out the sun, so that's one plus. So that's cool. I don't really notice it though. Like that doesn't really cross my mind. I'd rather go without a hat and just let my hair flow out. But it's either
Okay.
you really like the options. I have a bad hair day, gotta throw on a hat. Two, it's just a good cherry on top for an outfit, like color coding wise, or just you know, add something to an outfit, add a little finesse to an outfit. So that's a plus. Otherwise, that's really it. They're definitely not necessary.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Not necessary. They're not that comfortable. Yeah, and they're just pretty like, oh, it's kind of just like a nice accessory, like any other accessory.
Yeah, I when you said like, you just gotta wear it, put it on your sleeve, kind of.
Yeah.
You definitely are like when I think of you, I just remember you always wearing a hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like you're just the guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That wears the hat. So like in the family and like just kind of in general, just
Right.
like
I saw
yeah.
that. Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah, it's really interesting. That's cool. I didn't know about that. There's a lot of things I didn't know about the hat part.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
The addictive personality trait of it kind of went for everything though. It kind of carried on just everything. It went to like right now it's on shoes. You don't know it yet. It's pretty bad, but right now the addictive personality is on shoes. So I'm investing a lot. I don't obviously don't shoes.
Oh yeah, you're not.
But
you're in the attic right now. Yeah.
But I've been investing a lot of money in shoes, and I'm just gonna obsess with them because there's so many cool different pairs of shoes. But it's an expensive hobby because shoes are a lot of money. But yeah, shoes are like you always gotta revolve a fit around the shoe. For sure.
Yeah. So are there? I'm kind of curious. Like since you're into fashion, obviously, like what are there things that you can see that you can almost like models that you can build in terms of what is fashionable? Like for example, shoes. Like what exactly is a key indicator for what you think is fashionable?
Yeah. So that's a good
And
question.
same with hats too.
Really
like
good question.
the designs
Right.
and stuff. If there's something
I like.
common pattern or something.
Oh, that's crazy to say that. I'm not sure if it's either just my taste, or if it's the trend that's going on and whatnot. But I think I have a really good eye for like what good fashion is. But the thing is, when it comes to fashion, there's so many different styles. So there's like you could go like a skater e-boy style, you could go like a sporty athletic type style, you could go like a loose button down like beach type vibe, or you could go streetwear, so like New York City like pretty trendy type stuff. So there's a lot of different fashions you can go. I feel like I feel like I can definitely identify some things and like put together things in my head right when I see them, in terms of clothes, of just like what would look good. But I do have a good idea of like what's trendy. So I have a good idea of like what's going on, like what people would really like, and like the color coordinations that people like as well. So there's clean looks. Right now, like for example with shoes, some of the most popular trending shoes right now are retro Jordan 1s. I mean, you've probably heard Jordan shoes like a lot as like pretty popular. Like yeah, so Jordans have always been around. There's Jordans all the way up to like 11s. Like ones all the way to 11s. But ones are really popular because they're like the OG ones. They really look clean. Then there's 4s that are really popular. There's the Yeezys. Like these types of shoes are just from the
I've
trend.
heard those too.
Yeezys are just from the trend. In my opinion, Yeezys are some of the ugliest shoes I've ever seen in my life. But you can make a cool outfit of it, and people will think that the outfit is so sweet just because it's known as a trendy shoe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I could have like the ugliest shoe, like Yeezy Boost on or something, and people will think like, dang, that fits like hard because it was a Yeezy shoe. Even if it looks, well, whether it looks good or not. But so that's the trend part of it. So you can get good stuff just by getting trendy clothes, and people will think it's a good fashion outfit. In terms of
Okay.
my taste, though,
Yeah.
like if I'm gonna put my clothes together, like I don't know if I told you this, I shop in the women's section too. I shop in both
Really?
sections just because I don't care what anyone thinks of like fashion wise. I don't care what anyone thinks. I go into a mall and I will pick out just what I think looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put together. I have tons of tops that are like women's like shirt, like cut off shirts and like hoodies and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
and it all comes together like either you like one you got to rock it. Who cares if it's women or men's?
Mm-hmm.
Two, you put together like a cool fit. So like I said, I do have like the thing where like I put together fits right when I see it in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it doesn't matter if it's a men or women's, because if it looks good, I already have an idea in my head of what I would wear with it.
Yeah.
So that's how I put stuff like that. Another thing that I really value, especially with fashion, is just like standing out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the women's clothing kind of does give like add on to that as like a plus, because it does kind of stand out a little bit with like women's clothing
Mm-hmm.
on a guy. So that helps a lot. But it's just like you want to wear something that's like still looks really good, but it's just unique. It's not the everyday thing, and people will really be like, "Oh, like I never that looks cool. Like I never seen anyone wear that, or
Mm-hmm.
it's a cool fit."
Yeah. Um, so what kind of feedback do you hear like from people,
So,
from your kind of like style
right.
so far? Like, what are some of the feedback do you get? And do people actually like kind of just tell you, or do you
Yeah, for
like
sure. A lot of
without
my
you asking?
friends, obviously, I like. They even like I don't know. People like know me as just like the most fitted up person always
Mm-hmm.
like just like the most drippy. That's like a trendy word for like
Drippy?
fit. Yeah, drip. Like just like
Dude, you're dripping.
yeah.
Give me
You-
more of that drip drip.
yeah. That's just kind of what my friends know me as, just because like I'm super into like clothes and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, for sure. My friends will always compliment me, be like, "Oh my gosh, like your fit's like so sweet, so cool."
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like yeah, I get a lot of compliments from my friends for sure. Obviously, they're my friends. But even when
That's why they're my
yeah.
friends.
But then I have gotten a lot of compliments going out, like on this pearl necklace.
Yep.
Like this is a girl's pearl necklace.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see. So
I've
you want
like
to find that in the men's area.
right, right.
Yeah.
And I also have pearl
Gotcha.
earrings on too. And I
Oh,
think with the
I like
pearl,
how they match.
yeah, the pearl look, I've gotten the most compliments of. Like I'll go out to dinner and like I'll always have like a waitress or like someone just like compliment like I like your pearl necklace, or like
Yeah.
I love that you can rock pearls.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah, I've heard that a
Wow,
lot.
that's
I
pretty
love that you
cool.
can rock pearls. I've heard that a
That's
lot. But
It's
then,
just like when you're talking about wearing hats, you just gotta own
yeah,
it. You know,
exactly. You just
and
gotta
people
own it.
notice
That's
it.
a big
Yeah.
thing with clothes. You just gotta own it, really, honestly. But I have heard like, there's like the classic American dad that's like super like masculine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's just kind of like, why the fuck is he wearing pearls? You know what I mean? Like,
Wait, what? Yeah.
no,
so
I
tell
haven't
me.
heard that, but I've definitely like gotten
Body
the vibe.
language?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've definitely gotten the vibe from like some people that I can definitely tell just a classic American dad. Or like one of my friends that actually came up to me just like I've known him forever. Like he's
Mhm.
like one of my like I love him. But he came up to me just like, dude, like it's so nice seeing you. Like, oh my gosh, but like, what's up with the pearls, dude? like what?
Oh
what do
my
you-
gosh, that's hilarious. It's like a nice way of saying,
yeah, it was like
get
a
that
nice way.
off.
Yeah, exactly. But literally, I was just like, I don't know. Like, you see anyone else here wearing pearls? No, like that's.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna wear. Be unique and wear whatever I want. But
Yeah, it definitely makes you stand out for sure.
Right.
And being that it makes you
break.
stand out too, it's also like an opportunity to kind of create, create a new direction too in fashion.
yeah,
You know?
start my
'Cause
own
peop-
trend.
Yeah, because like, just like breaking it down, like if you stand out, you're the one that's gonna really get attention.
Exactly.
So people
Works-
are naturally
works that way
gonna,
for a lot of
yeah,
things.
they're gonna notice that
Right.
something's up.
Naturally
And
tracked.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
you kind of create a trend
For
that
sure.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, but even like I've realized, like there's some Skechers, like people always rip on like Skechers and like these no brands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Sure,
Like
right,
Skechers
like,
kind of doesn't
there's no- yeah,
sounds like
right.
it's not a great brand, but I
Right,
like
right.
their
Yeah,
stuff.
but they have some good shoes.
Yeah.
Like they got some cool shoes. They're like that's what I'm saying. There's like some no branders just have like natural hate in like the community just for fashion and clothing. But
Mhm.
like I will take that clothing whether I like whether it's cool or not, and if I like it, I'm gonna wear it.
Yeah.
So like Nicky, for example, he's like
Our nephew.
Yeah, our nephew. He's young, super just into trends. Doesn't really think for himself, but he's just super in for trends. He's just following the bandwagon. So it's like sometimes I'll come out of the thrift store, I'll put together this outfit. I really like it. It's just sweet. But like the brands are like, maybe it's like Skechers or some random thing. Or like I cheetah print shorts on one time.
Yeah.
Oh, they're cool. I love them.
Wow.
Like, they're sweet. They're cool. He's like, dude, what are you wearing, dude? Like, what are you wearing? Like, you look like a girl. Like, why would you wear that? Are you a girl? I'm like, dude, shut up. Like, I'm like, you can never rock this, dude. Get out of here. Like, that's what, like, you just gotta. There's a lot of things that you can. If you like clothing, go get it. Go wear it. Like, who cares what anyone thinks, what the brand is, and it's probably going to be cheaper. So that's why thrifting is pretty cool now. I've been into thrifting. I've been going to Goodwill and a lot of places.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I never even thought about shopping in the women's section too.
Right.
Because I kind of stick to like basic men's clothing, kind of neutral colors too.
Yeah, yeah.
And I guess I'm not as fashionable as you, so I haven't really been as like kind of fortuitous or courageous enough to explore like different things and try on different things. So I think that's really cool.
Sweet.
So do you have any like kind of colors that you like? Because for me, I kind of stick with blacks and dark colors.
Right. But like those are colors you can't go wrong with. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like those are just like clean colors.
Actually, one thing I do want to just mention, and I want to get your thoughts too, is like for me, for a long time I would just wear black, and I just liked wearing black, and it was pretty simple. But then over time, I started feeling like pressure to wear like more like colorful things because I felt like it made me look a certain way. It made me look like
maybe like a little emo or
yeah, emo, like
sure.
angry, like not like happy all the time, and that's not. I kind of started thinking about what people were thinking about too much, so I started wearing colorful things. But it didn't. It just made me think too much about what I was wearing. So now I'm slowly getting back to wearing just dark colors because I just feel more comfortable.
Sure.
Like just so comfortable, just like
yeah.
I just like black and.
I mean, yeah, I'm wearing all black right now. It's the most comfortable fit I've worn in like the last month. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
Thank you. Yeah. When it comes to color, I think that definitely has a big part in putting together my fits. Color coordination is pretty much everything, regardless of the brand or what it looks like. You can still have a clean fit if you have good color coordination. So back to what I was saying before, like the black and white are neutrals. So you can always form something together with black and white, whether it's shoes, pants. A lot of people know that black and white are really neutral colors. Then you can throw in a mix of like white and green look really good together. Like I'd say like blue. Like I like tan, cream, and like brown. I think those will go well together. Yeah. But there's a lot of coordinations that I kind of just see. Like baby blue and white's one of my favorites, or baby blue and I don't know. I kind of see them and just pour them together. But white and black, just knowing white and black are neutrals and you can put those together is just like all you need, to be honest. Yeah. Like you can wear, as long as you have white as like a main top or bottom, you can wear whatever color you want on like the top or bottom too. Like you're like so for example, I have like a white graphic tee. I can have a baby blue cap and like a baby blue shoes and like they match, and then like whatever color jeans or pants I want. Yeah. So like I have an outfit that I'm gonna wear today. So I'm gonna wear a black graphic vintage tee, which is just like, I can put anything together with that. And then I'm wearing purple pants because like purple pants. I don't see a lot of people wear purple pants, like a little bright. Yeah. And then I have purple shoes to go with it. Yeah, Prince. And then I got purple Nike retro lows, so I'm gonna wear those, and then a white cap because white can go with anything as well. So that's just how it works. Okay, nice. That's like how I put it together.
So you have a grad party to get to after this, right? Okay. So one question I just want to ask before we finish here, like in terms of fashion, what kind of go-to advice do you have, like to look okay in terms of color matching too? And also, I'm kind of curious if you have any advice on like skin color too, like maybe certain colors work better with certain skin colors.
I haven't really thought about it like that, but I definitely think there are like skin color definitely would help for sure. Like if you're really pale and wear white, it might, I don't know if it'll go. too well together if it's just like kind of blends in. But
Okay.
yeah.
So do you have any kind of like quick go-tos in terms of Actually, that's kind of like a that question's kind of open. It's like too open-ended, I feel like. Yeah.
I'm super tan too, so I'm just like naturally tan, so I don't really have to think about it like that. But that is a good point.
Yeah.
Advice-wise though,
Yeah.
I said earlier, I think number one advice I can have is freaking rock it. Whatever
Okay.
you're wearing, just
Rock it.
If anyone like, just have it, wear it with confidence. If anyone questions you, just be like, I don't know, I think it looks cool. I think it looks good. So that's easily my number one advice. Number two is just wear what you think looks good, and you don't have to, but if you want to, stand out. But pretty much just get whatever you want that looks good. Yeah, get whatever clothes you think looks good. Don't think
like it.
Don't think what anyone else like. Don't even like comprehend what anyone else will think.
Yeah, no, that's great advice, I think, for other areas in life too.
Right.
All aspects of life, to kind of just focus on yourself and think less about what others think.
Sure. Right. I feel like I want to ask you some questions though too, just because I feel like we've been talking about me for a while.
Yeah, no, we can save it for the next one.
Okay.
We can save it for the next one. But yeah, thanks for coming on,
Of
Joseph.
course, thank you for having me. This was
Looks
very
like
fun.
I forgot to hit record.
I'm
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
no,
like,
we're
no
good.
way.
What were you saying?
Well, no, I was just gonna. I knew you were like kidding right there. Otherwise, you'd actually be like freaking out. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah. Okay. No, it was really exciting. I was really excited to be here. It was fun, and I'm excited to come back and try to do this again.
Okay, one more thing before I end this episode. Joseph, do you have any plugs you want to plug in?
Yeah. So you can find me on YouTube, JoHo Fitness, on Twitter, JoHo Fitness, and on Instagram, you can find my fitness page or my fashion page if you want to find some outfits or drip or just see. It's just always content about clothes. My fashion page is JoHo Fit Fashion, and then my fitness page on Instagram is also JoHo Fitness.
All right, guys, follow him, JoHo Fitness. Thanks, everyone.